Happy Friday, Rancher Ranchers. I hope everybody had a great week. A hairy update for this week. As you guys may have seen, we did end up clipping his feathers. We assumed we were going to find something underneath them, and in fact we did. He has an overall skin condition that we're dealing with too, so that's part of it. It's brought on by mites, and so his legs have probably been infested with the mites as well. So that's what his issue is in addition to just the wetness and the mud being stuck in there. Because of the feathers, it causes all kinds of issues with draft horses. We saw it we saw it with Toby. We saw it with Jesse. We saw it when Barney first got here. We saw it with Barney, and then we kept his feathers trimmed from then on. So it's not uncommon with drafts. So we just deal with it and make sure that they don't get infected. And, he's already, dealing with his cancer and everything. So we don't want his immune system to go out of whack, because he's also trying to deal with a infection in his legs. So this is Harry's favorite spot to hang out. It's the patio. It's the other side of the patio where Roni and Charlie and the boys used to be. But he's settling in well. We have found that he usually does not like his head to be touched, so we're working on that. I don't know if it's because of his cataracts and it looks kind of weird when something's coming at him, or what it is, but he definitely is, he likes his forehead touched, but he does not like the sides of his face touched. So we have to work on that, because as you can see, the bugs are out. And we're going to have to, put on fly masks and such. And if he doesn't like his head to be touched, I think a fly mask is going to be, or even just putting fly spray on him is going to be a challenge. So little by little, we're working on stuff. He has decent ground manners. They really just need to be tuned up a little bit. He is pretty good with personal space, and standing there and allowing us to approach him versus him crowding us. And if he does crowd us, he's pretty good at moving off. So that's a good thing. With being such a big boy, he does really need to mind his manners, because he can really hurt somebody if he wanted to. I think it would be unintentional, but he is the biggest boy that we've had here, so we just have to make sure that he's safe to be around. And now part of that is making sure that he has good ground manners and understands what is expected of him. That's really that's very, very important. So as you can see, he's a little sleepy this afternoon. Not quite sure what was going on this afternoon. I don't know. It doesn't look like it rained or anything. So for some reason, he was pretty worked up yesterday. We tried to do a halting exercise with him, and a halter exercising, I should say, exercise with him, just to get him used to having a halter on and taking it off, meaning that nothing's happening. It's not because of a vet, it's not because of a farrier, it's not because we're doing some kind of treatment on him. It's just because we want to put a halter on him and get him used to it and then take it off. Having a halter on should not be a bad experience. So I tried to do that, and like I said, he was not wanting his face to be touched. So we switched gears and we went to working on having his face touched and his forehead, and we ended on a good note with him allowing us to scratch his head both with our training aid and with our hands. So that's all positive signs, positive steps forward. So, you know, every day we try to do something with him that works on training, be it getting him used to having somebody in a confined space with him. You know, we got reports, and I saw it myself, that he is not real keen on having somebody in with him in a confined space. And, you know, so far he hasn't been showing any of the behaviors that he was before. So he's very comfortable with having somebody stand by him while he's eating his hay. His grain we haven't done yet because I'm only one person, and that's usually me who is out here feeding them, and I have to keep an eye on Louie when he eats, and making sure that he eats his medication and that nobody else is sneaking in and eating what he's having, because he is an incredibly slow eater. So that's something that we do have to work on. But honestly, I do think he enjoys eating his grain by himself. But one of these days I'll hang out with him while he's eating his grain, just to make sure that he's okay with that, because we don't want food aggression. That is never a good thing. But other than that, you can see that he is still by himself, and he will be until the second pasture opens up, which probably will be a few more weeks. We gotta let it grow in a little more so that when the boys all go on it, that they don't absolutely destroy it. So that's one thing that we're waiting on. He's been still fine with the center line. There's been no issues with him, you know, charging it, or, you know, Charlie, Roni, Chase, or Louie doing anything on the opposite side to show aggression or anything like that. So that's all good signs. All good signs that things are hopefully going to be calm when everybody comes together. But you just never know, unfortunately. So you can see that he is falling asleep. I have yet to see him lay down and sleep. This is where I find him in the morning. When I come out to feed very early, he is at the center line, usually sleeping, and the last couple of days, last couple of mornings, Louie's been on the opposite side. So at least Louie is not being as rambunctious as he normally is with other horses. So I think part of that is that Louie isn't 100% right now. He still having issues with feeding him. He ate about half of his supper. So I'm tweaking a couple of things with his feeding. I'm not sure if it's that he doesn't like his pellets anymore, or he just doesn't like the cocktail of medication that he has to be on. Oh, Genevieve, thank you. We think he's looking pretty good too. He's got a little belly on him. So thank you, Genevieve. And then yesterday, he did start limping around. He's better today. It was muddy yesterday here, and I don't know if the boys were running around and he slipped and tweaked something. But he was pretty sore yesterday. But he is walking around better today. He was very, very gingerly walking around yesterday. But he's doing much better now. But he's still having issues with not eating, which means that he's not taking his medication, which means that his symptoms of his leg twitching and everything else that has come back to some effect. Not nearly as bad as it was before, but when he gets flustered, his legs do start twitching. So we're dealing with that. And in fact, since Harry is trying to fall asleep, I'm going to let him be. And we are going to go over to Louie's side and talk over there. Excuse me while I limbo. Oh, where is he? Oh, there he is. Lulu. Hi, buddy. So Louie. So like I said, he was having some issues with his leg. He wasn't even, now he's standing square. Yesterday he wouldn't even stand on it really. Yes, Genevieve, Sleeping Beauty does need his rest. I really think that part of it is that he hasn't laid down here, and I know that's part of it is because he's over there by himself, and I'm sure he doesn't feel comfortable. So when he does want to catch a couple of Z's, I do leave him alone because we don't want him to get sleep deprived, which is a thing in horses. I actually was reading an article on it this week about sleep deprivation because they do need to lay down at least an hour, well, at least 2 hours a day to get a deep sleep. So, and actually I was looking up sleep deprivation in terms of Louie because he does not lay down that I've seen. He's usually the one who stands up and falls asleep standing up. Yeah, Genevieve, that is a thing with a lot of us. Me being one of them, I am definitely sleep deprived. But yeah, so I was looking up information because of Louie and him not laying down. And I know that's because that's not because he doesn't feel comfortable here. That's because I don't think he trusts that he can get up in a timely manner. So when Harry wants to take a quick nap, I leave him alone. So you may have seen that we started back up our $5 Fridays. This week, or this month rather, we are fundraising for spring vaccines and spring wellness checks and some of Louie's medication. Yeah, Genevieve. Louie is always hungry. Hence the belly on him. But yeah, I mean, we did start up the $5 Fridays again. It will be once again the third Friday of the month. Would very much appreciate your support. It's, $5 goes a long way, just like everybody else, or everything else, I should say. Pricing has gone up on stuff. And that goes with the medication and the vet visits and the farm calls, and I could go on and on and on. So, you know, we're an all volunteer organization, and the only, you know, your money will go directly towards Louie and Harry. I don't get a salary. There's no, you know, hidden overhead costs. If you guys want to see our financials, you can look at our annual report on our website. You know, we are very much an open book on where the money goes. And yeah, I mean, the vet visit for that Harry had earlier this month, you know, that was $400 unto itself. And that didn't even include his vaccines, because we were waiting for blood work to come back to see if there was something nasty in there that, you know, we needed to take care of. Louie did have his vaccines when Dr. Lauren was here. Oh gosh, what was that, a week ago now? And you know, there was a question on if he was going to get his vaccines because of how he has been feeling. But we made the decision that it's better to have the vaccines than deal with some of the illnesses that he can get from not being vaccinated, like West Nile. So, you know, we still have to do a round on, or 2 rounds on Harry. Dr. Lauren is coming in next Friday to do the second round with these guys. So they get about 4 different vaccines, and you can't really throw 4 vaccines at them at one time. So we split it up 2 and 2. And Harry will get his first round next week. Louie will get his second round next week. So, you know, that's where the $5 Friday fundraiser, that's where that money is going. So any help, any assistance would be greatly appreciated. Share it out too to your friends. If you're not able to donate, share it out. Maybe some of your friends would want to support the boys. Other than that, I'm just trying to think if anything else is really going on. Nothing else is really going on. Like I said, just trying to get the spring vaccinations in and spring wellness checks. Make sure that, you know, the spring cleaning is done. And really, you know, gear up for the summer so that we can have you guys come and and visit and see Harry and Louie that you're supporting. So if you're interested in, hi buddy, you coming for some water? So if you're interested in visiting, Facebook, message us or email me or just contact me in any way. We'd love to have you come and visit the boys so that you can see them and experience them and you know, see where your good deed is going. So you can see that Louie walked over. Genevieve, you're welcome anytime. We miss you. Whenever you're back up, let me know. The other thing that I wanted to mention, we have been getting calls from people that are looking to rehome their horses. And some of them are rideable. There is a halflinger, an 18-year-old halflinger that the owner is looking to rehome. Is rideable but needs an intermediate rider. So if you are interested or you're looking for a horse, either a riding horse or a companion horse, please reach out. Like I said, we've got, we have a marked increase. We have about a 30% increase right now of people contacting us that are looking to rehome their horses. So if you are looking for a horse, please reach out. I am trying to assist these owners. Honestly, the main reason why they are looking for a new home is either a loss of a job and they're no longer able to, they're relocating out of this area, or they are just straight up not able to afford to pay for feed or hay. So that's why I'm telling you guys, if you're looking for a horse, you know, reach out. I've already have a couple of people that I do have a list going. So if you tell me, you can tell me, you know, exactly what you're looking for, and then hopefully I can make a match happen. So some of them, they're just looking for a rehome. Some of them are looking for a fee. So let me know about that, if what your price range is, and hopefully we can find some horses, some homes. Genevieve, yes, he is fast. Charlie came into the barn and Louie went the other way. Yeah, I always have one eye on where Charlie is because he moves everybody around pretty quick. So I don't want to be caught in the wrong spot. It's always good to be by a wall that you can duck behind, so that you're not going to get run into. But that's really all that I have for this week. Oh, the last thing is, sorry, I keep forgetting about things. The last thing is that if you are interested in that pound and a half of fudge, it is still available. Let me know. You can either, I can either mail it to you, or you can come out. If you're local, you can come out, meet the boys, pick up your fudge, and we can do it that way, whichever is easiest for you guys. But yeah, the pound and a half of fudge is still available, and I can break it up into half-pound increments. It is $6 for half a pound, and it would be $17 if you wanted the pound and a half, because the pound is 11 and the half a pound is 6. So that would be $17. So just let me know if you want half a pound, a pound and a half, whatever you guys want. Let me know. I don't want the fudge to go to waste, honestly. So just let me know. Now that's it for this week. Sorry to drone on. Hopefully you've made it all the way through the video. But that's it for this week. I will keep you guys updated on what happens next week with vaccines. Hopefully Louie will be totally healed from whatever the heck happened to his leg. If not, Dr. Lauren will be looking at it. But until then, guys, be well, stay safe, and we'll talk to you next week. See you later, Roadshaw Ranchers.